And welcome back to Let's Play Pillars of Eternity. I'm your host, Colors Fade. It's episode 91. We're here in Stalwart again with the Devil of Karok. We want to try to help her find a woodcutter named Harmke. So, someone around Stalwart should know where he is. We're just going to start asking around the town.
We've doubled our manpower at the White Forge. Most folk here are excited, but anxious. There's already news of raid Sarens gathering at the border. Only a matter of time before someone takes a swing at us. But this time, we'll be ready.
It's gotta be somebody who knows something. Whose house is this?
Worth a look.
Worth a look? Whose house is this? Thrisk's house. Would Thrisk know anything? I have my doubts.
Welcome. Have
Read
a seat
his
by
soul.
the fire if the cold's gotten into your bones.
Thrisk's soul is a vibrant, stolid thing, and as you reach out for it with your senses, you see your breath begin to fog in the air. You find yourself far above the ground, wedged into the juncture of two branches. The moonlight is bright upon the snow, and in the distance your quarry steps out onto the ice as if onto an illuminated stage. You still your breath and draw back your arrow. Warmth bleeds back into your limbs, frost and snow giving way to the smoky interior of Thrisk's home.
Welcome. Have a seat by the fire if the cold's gotten into your bones.
I have questions.
Coming to your elders for advice, is it? What can I do for you?
Do you know a man by the name of Harmke?
Sure, I know Harmka. He'll be out with his men at the logging stand, just north of the road if you head out west.
Well, what are we waiting for?
Don't worry, we're not looking to murder him or anything.
Tildor said I should talk to you before I head out to Longwatch Falls. And good thing you did. Hot springs north of the road are crawling with Lagufath. I'm surprised Tildor found himself out there. The thing to know about Lagufath is they're fast. Tolerant to cold, too, so try another angle of attack. These will come in handy. Use them if you get in trouble. Potion of mirror and image. That would have been nice. Okay. Well then. That's all the questions I had. Leave. So out west, the logging stand. Well then. Let's go see what's going on with that dude. Someone waiting on the privy. My family has a cabin on Priest Lake, my dad's side of my family. And way back when I was a little kid, we had an outhouse. Of course, the things got upgraded over time, and now there's all indoor plumbing, but that's what the house was. There was a little cabin and a little separate building that was just a bunkhouse, just had beds and water skis in it, and inner tubes and life jackets. You know, the place always smelled of the beach and boats. And then there was an outhouse. Oh, camping supplies. Oh, nice. Where's this logging thing he's talking about? What is this? The Emporium. Okay, what did I miss here? A clearing in the Russet Wood, west of town. Okay, a clearing in the Russet Wood. Nobody said Russet Wood. The Woodcutter's Grove is just north of here. There we are. Where's the person we're looking for? Harmke. It's him. Harmke. I remember that weak chin and those knobbly knees. She stopped, staring motionless at the figures among the trees. A weak chin and knobbly knees, Adair says. Can't be too many people mention that description.
How goes?
The elven man emerges into the clearing and freezes, staring at the devil of Karak. For an elf, he's tall and rangy, with a weather-beaten face beneath stringy, greasy hair. The others with him turn, glaring and gaping at the bronze golem.
Auroch's shadow. What's that wicked thing doing here?
Looking for you.
Me? You can't mean... Look, we don't want no trouble. Just trying to do our work.
Beads of sweat have formed on his forehead despite the chilly air.
We'd be much obliged if you'd leave us be. And take that thing with you.
Enough! What do you see, Darius? Is that the man who torched us? The devil sways on her feet, her whole body moving around the axis of her ankles. And though she's talking to you, her attention, a concentrated spear of essence, is focused on Harmke. He steps away from you, but your awareness reaches through his trembling skin and the feeble resistance of his fear. You see memories. Snow-shrouded forest, partitioned by fallen pines and firs. Days measured by the steady swing of your axe. There are other moments, too. Recollections that flare up like a hearth's welcoming fire. There are children, spry and lanky like you, but still full of the rowdy energy of youth. Together you scatter wind-bloom petals on the grave. You reach deeper into Harmke's soul. Years roll back. A torch in your left hand bathes your face and shoulder in heat. All around you are other men and women holding other torches, and the mountain's air is acrid with the stench of smoke and sweat. Rage billows off the others. It's been a fever in your blood for days now, exhausting you and invigorating you in equal measure. You're at the edge of that town, cold morn. It's hours yet before dawn, but the commotion has started to awaken the village. Candlelight ignites behind frost-crusted windows, and haunted faces peer out at you through the glass. You begin to doubt yourself. Just then, a door slams. A villager comes racing through the streets, kicking up snow. With his stark white face and pale hair, he looks almost like a ghost. The line of torchbearers ripples as he gets closer. He picks up speed, but nobody moves toward him. You imagine him breaking through the row, shattering your ranks like the bad dream that brought you all here. You imagine waking up in your bed, the heat from your torch nothing more than the warmth of your wife sleeping next to you. Instead, the villager reaches the row of torchbearers, a stone throw away from you. A woman advances from the line and buries her dagger in his neck. The rest of your fellows shout. Rage, memory, and bloodthirsty triumph boil up in you. You all came with a purpose. You came to bring justice to the traitors of Cold Morn. The next few hours are painted in colors more vivid than life. You put your torch to anything that stands and your sword to anyone who runs. It is as if Magrin herself whispers in your ear and guides your hand. Exhaustion has almost cooled your rage when you spy a house at the edge of town, one of the only buildings that hasn't already been burned. It's flanked by knotty spruce trees, and the door is painted yellow. Yellow, the bloom of sunrise, the hue of your son's hair, the color of cowardice. Just then, someone barrels into you from behind. It's a man, someone you remember from the journey to Cold Morn, though you can't recall his name. He snarls at you, mad with indiscriminate rage, and it occurs to you that he's mistaken you for one of the villagers. You smash the window and hurl your torch inside. The other man has turned away. You think you hear a child shriek within the house, but it's impossible to tell above the roar of the riot. Harmke shivers as you pull away from his memory. His eyes are wide with guilt and fear. Spit it out, Darius. What did you see? He burned down your house. She stares at Harmke. You hear only a whirring mechanism in her throat, but Harmke leans closer.
What did you say?
What did it feel like? The torch in your hand, the blade you carried. What did they feel like? A wild, inhuman scream echoes out of the bizarre machinery of her throat. It drops Harmke and his companions to their knees where they cry out in terror. Gears squeal and crank as she rushes at him. Well, it looks like we're going to fight. Okay, Adair, why don't you go take Harmke if you can. I will take this woodcutter. You're gonna crit everybody. Give us better crits.
Uh-huh.
Devil, I'm gonna scooch off to the side here.
I'm ready.
Pelagina, torch this woodcutter.
What is it?
You're gonna torch that woodcutter.
Oh,
Okay. Aloth, kick. Now, give everybody a little bit of this bonus here.
Right here.
Devil, scooch up in here. There you go, my friend. Hit this person with a little bit of flames.
I'm
Pelagina,
ready.
a little bit of flame on this guy who's coming around here.
Right here.
Get up here, and you're going to withering strike him. I'm just going to keep trying to convert people. Karzig finished an ability. Pelagina finished an ability. Devil Karat finished an ability.
what?
Now I'm going to get a little defense here from Harmke. And then I can turn one more guy on my side. Target destroyed.
Yes.
Karzig, find another target. Where are you, my friend? Right there. Go for that guy. The one that got away. The devil has
Right here.
gotten him. Where you running, Karzig?
Well,
Don't run anywhere. Go over here. And I will go attack this goon. Adair, hit this person. Pelagina, go attack this guy.
yes.
Karzig, go attack this guy. I will freeze this guy.
What?
Oh, we're just a menace to society, aren't we?
Yeah.
Right
The
here.
devil. Okay. Everybody else, go attack this person. All done. How do you feel now, devil? How's your revenge make you feel?
Right.
Almost 15 years I've been looking for him.
She stares ahead as you approach, the ink-black marbles of her eyes fixed on some distant point. Her essence swells and swirls in the throes of contemplation.
All that fretting and wondering. And the deed's over in less time than it takes to tell.
How do you feel now? She says nothing at first, and you hear only the dull clicking of something in her
I
chest.
killed a lot of folk in my time. Felt their blood slick in my hands, smelled their flesh as it burned. And I always used to imagine what it would be like to have Harmka under my knife, feeling his breath come hot and fast, smelling the fear ooze out of him. Couldn't feel a thing. His fading pulse weren't no more than a patter of rain to me.
That's anticlimactic.
Now that's just a puffed up way of saying rottener than a shit-filled wagon. This body, it weren't made for feeling. Gouging my fingers into Harmka's wasting flesh, his screams just buzzing in my skull. All it did was remind me that this is a madman's fever dream. Like a prison, But no, because in a prison, you lay your head down and you feel the straw soft beneath you. Your flesh prickling in the cold, black bread crumbling on your tongue.
She turns her arms in front of her, examining the scroll work on the backs of her hands with horror and wonder. Your body has unique strengths and advantages too.
I'd trade 'em all if I could feel the snow cold around my ankles. I still dream I'm folk. I wake up some mornings wondering why I can't feel the floor beneath me, thinking I must have fallen and gone crippled. But then I lift my head, see a bronze corpse stretching out in front of me.
I'm sorry you have to go through that.
It's not pity I want, it's a choice. I dream too of what Galvino did that night. Those moments. I'd endure another cold morn if it'd spare me this fate.
What happened exactly?
It was after I got caught in Stalwart. They'd locked me in a little house by the inn, the old mayor and his cronies. When a crowd of them came for me in the dark of night, I was only surprised it had taken them so long. Only they didn't march me to no gallows. No, they snuck me to another house on the edge of town, real sneaky-like. That's where I met Galvino.
He's the one who transferred your soul.
Weren't nobody fonder of reminding me. He was fiddling with some machinery in his workshop. Had his sleeves rolled up even though it was cold enough to see your breath. Never actually looked at me until he started fitting some copper helmet over my head. By that time, the mayor's goons had me trussed up good and tight. Galvino was having himself a grand time barking orders at that lot.
What did the mayor have to do with this?
He'd agreed to hand me over to Galvino for an experiment. Claimed it was a fair punishment, but the townfolk weren't too pleased at being denied their stone pitching. Didn't help that they heard the jangle of copper in that deal. In the end, that's what sent Galvino and the old mayor packing. So while Galvino's fastening that helmet over my head and them copper bands around my arms, I'm starting to look at his contraption. And that's when I see it. It's this metal suit strapped into the machine just like me. A cold, dead-eyed thing, all done up with fancy carvings and such.
That is nasty. Did you know what they intended?
I had this terrible cold feeling in my gut, but I still couldn't figure. I start asking Galvino and the rest of them what's going on, but they're too busy to answer. Then suddenly, they're waiting, staring at me with that fixed, horrified look, but they ain't watching me. They're watching for something to happen. Galvino tells the woman nearest the machine to flip the handle, and then just pain. Being torn apart every which way, feeling my soul peeled from my body. By the time I came to, I couldn't feel a thing. Just this dull, distant sort of ache.
I heard the old man cackling and chattering. When I saw him looming over me, looking down at me with hungry eyes, I tried to scream, tried to swing at him.
I think that was when I knew.
How could anyone put another person through something so terrible?
I reckon I'm the wrong person for that sort of question. But if it cools your conscience, Galvino didn't get off easy. The rest of Stalwart didn't take kindly to having a killer in their midst, nor to seeing their mayor and the army Valians strike a secret deal. They drove Galvino out, destroyed a fortune in machinery, and wrote a letter to the Academy in Salona, ruining what was left of his name. Still, he's lucky he didn't get a pelting. The old mayor fled too, and Stalwart's been as snug and cheery as ever.
Now that we've dealt with Harmke, why have you stuck around?
You're better company than Galvino. Been a while since I were out in the world. Guess I'm keen on seeing more of it, even if I'm stuck with a bleeding heart. Anyways, I've been wondering about that fortress.
Secrets of the dwarves, perhaps?
Near everyone thought it'd have just the thing they need. Those villagers wanted to fix up their brook downtown. Galvino always thought it carried some great secret of Animanson. And all them adventurers came looking for fancy gear.
They're all fools. An abandoned fortress won't solve anyone's problems.
You're right. Let's go.
Well, sister, there we are. So her little quest is done. Well, that leaves us with what? Okay, time and tide. Find the ruins beneath Cadno. We know about that. Continue your journey with Durance. We've been doing that. Odd Nua, yeah, the master below. The long hunt, we know we can't get to yet. Siege of Cragholt and the better half. Okay. And then what we have is the bounties. Wild Mylla. Mylla's been getting herself into trouble around Stalwart lately. Her mother Royce has seen her, but mentioned that she's been bothering Hammond, the new shopkeeper. Hammond hasn't seen Mylla, but he saw Aska scolding her the other day. Aska's usually by the yurt just south of Hammond's shop. Oh, well, let's go solve that problem. So she's usually near this yurt. Aska.
Blazes. What am I to do with all of these?
A well-built dwarven woman stands before you, one hand on her head and the other holding a few sheets of paper. 3 complaints of blights in the White Stone Hollow. And who are these people? Magran's faithful. Great. Another pack of religious zealots. It's like they're popping up out of the snow these days. She glances up at you. Oh, sorry, Darius, just a little preoccupied. Things may have quieted down some with the ogres lately, but there's been no shortage of new trouble. Or work, for those interested. I heard you scolded Royce's girl. You know what that girl did? Snatched a whole chicken from Grief's Rest. Raw. Told her I better not catch her thieving again, but I was trying my damnedest not to laugh. Funny kid. But it's gotta be rough on her, you know? Her old man's working at the battery and he's one absence away from getting fired. Again. Blazes. Only reason Lodgar still has a job is because Wengra's a softy beneath all that soot. But Mylla, she showed up at the battery the other day and nearly got him sacked. Since then, I've seen her keeping to herself. Spends a lot of time at the temple, come to think of it. You mentioned blights? Terror of White Stone Hollow. It's a grand blight that turned up after the avalanche. Real disaster, that. Great big heap of snow right on top of one of our main trade routes. We can't start fixing the roads until we get the blights out of there. Can't exactly ask you to bring back this thing's head, but word is the terror's last victim was a caravan master. Turns out the fellow always wore a certain brooch. Figured it's somewhere in that monstrous belly. Bring me the brooch and I'll take it as proof you handled the blight. Sound fair? And what about Magran's faithful? Bandits and horse thieves, far as I can tell, led by a woman they rode with. Problem is their little group keeps growing, and they've started tearing through some of the smaller villages. They were last spotted by Searing Falls, and rumor is they're headed in our direction. Stalwart's just getting its bearings. We can't afford this kind of trouble. Bring me Rodwood's head, you'll be a little richer for it. Okay. Well, we came here for Wild Mylla. Destroy the terror of White Stone Hollow. Okay, so here we're at White Stone Hollow. It's in the upper eastern portion of this map. We have a bounty over here somewhere. And then the other thing is, these are the bounties. And then what else do we have going on here? And then Mylla is also at the village temple. So we have to go back to do this. So let's find the bounty that we're supposed to get here. There's also one in Searing Falls, but I incorrectly thought Searing Falls was on it here. And it's in the world map right here. So we have to go over there to get it. Not a big deal. But let's find out what's going on over here. Oh, we got some peeps. What kind of peeps do we got here? Got the kind of peeps that I'm going to freeze. Adair, go knock this one down. You torch it.
What?
You give everybody some crit damage.
Right here.
You can go attack.
I'm ready.
Pelagini, you can attack.
Oh.
Yeah, nice. Nicely done.
Yes.
Okay, who is this? It's Darius. It's Karzik. Karzik, come attack this guy. He's frozen. Adair's finishing his ability. I'm finishing my ability. I'm gonna go get this guy. You three did a really good job of killing that person. So that one's dead. They're just a couple of punks.
Right.
But there's some steps over here. To a big snow bear. Ooh.
You gotta see this.
I do. Let's do this.
See me coming.
Snow bears. Why would snow bears need traps? Maybe the trap isn't really a trap. Okay. Oh, there's lots of snow bear traps. Okay,
What is
Karzig,
it?
you're gonna take this thing out. Actually, since do that. Adair, you're gonna kind of move to here. Pelagina, you're gonna kind of move to here.
Right
Devil
here.
of Karak, you're gonna move through here as soon as Durance gets out of the way. Adair, attack that thing.
Yeah.
I am gonna try to charm a bear. This bear in particular. There we go.
I'm ready.
Pelagina. Grab that bear. Good job. Everybody be on top of it.
Right here.
Devil. What do you got for ranged weapons? You don't really have any, do you? You gotta kind of get up in here. I need you to get up there and get that trap taken care of. There. Take that trap. I will freeze things. Like that bear.
What?
What? Devil's got that one. Now she can go stabby stabby on this guy. And I can move over and go stabby stabby on that guy as well.
What?
Durance. Maybe just give everybody a little bit of protection right here. Who's not attacking? Adair, can you knock that thing down with a kick? I'm not sure
What?
you can. Karzig. You guys destroyed that one.
I'm ready.
Pelagina, launch your fireball at it. Launch. Target destroyed by Darius. See if you can do disintegrate on this bear here.
Uh-huh.
You're gonna try to attack this bear. Pelagina, I don't know if there's room for you in there. Apparently there is.
Sure.
Bears. Dead person. What is this? Royana's breastplate. Where it binds with a monk, a paladin, or a chanter. Whoa, it binds? What? Pelagina, you've got your own armor. We might give it to our boy here. Binds, it's got exceptional +4 damage reduction, recovery speed -40, pierce, burn, freeze, +3 intellect, litany against minor afflictions. Wow. I like that. Pelagina, what do you got? You got your own armor. That's not that great. What's he wearing? He's wearing this. Just damage recovery 14, grants second chance on unconscious. We can enchant this. Quality. Exceptional. That would give it +4 damage reduction. What do we need for superb? Oh, what is this? Adra Dragon Scale. Oh. In that case, we should do this enchantment on it. You want to do... Wow, you could do any of these, couldn't you? Okay. I gotta think about that. Resolve might be the smartest thing for him. For a paladin. If I want to do something like proofing, what's this do? Oh, burn proof, corrode proof. I got you. And then Durgan reinforce, but we don't have any. Okay. Well, in that case, Pelagina, I guess you get it. Send this away. Fine soul. Yeah, darling. What do you have to do now? Travel to the wooded plains and defeat the bleak walkers. The wooded plains and defeat the bleak walkers. Please let me remember that. Okay, I did what I always do. I made myself a note in the Excel spreadsheet. Of course I did, didn't I? Well, let's go this way. The target that we're looking for, the bounty, is not over there. What is this? Whitestone Lake. That looks interesting. Whitestone Lake.
Still don't see.
There we go. Okay. Oh, we don't have Aloth with us. Darn it. Okay.
Well,
Who do we have here? Whitestone Bandit, Whitestone Looter, Whitestone Brigand, Brigand Mage.
what is it?
Take that mage out.
I'm ready.
Smoke the mage. You're gonna get up here and hit this guy.
Uh-huh.
You're gonna go this way.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to take this bandit in.
Right here.
It's Priest. I want you to come down here and get ready to poke him.
Yes.
All right, my friend. Now attack this thing. I'm going to try to Tiog. That's who we're here to kill. I'm going to try to get this brigand too. The hell is this? Tiog moved over there? Well, that's interesting. He just jumped. Yeah, it was a spectacular jump. Okay. Pelagina, where are you? That's Adair. That's Karzig. That's Pelagina. You're going to light that on fire. Okay. I'm going to freeze this fool. He can be petrified, right? Oh, yeah. Dragon Leap. Nice ability. Durance. Smack all these guys. Excellent. Darius, start smacking him around. Bonus smite, perception damage. Yes, give it to me. Okay, what do we have here? Adair, where are you? It's Pelagina, Adair. I want you to come over here and attack this thing.
I'm ready.
Pelagina, I want you to attack this thing with flames. Good job, Devil. Go after this one.
What?
I need you to move. Like this. Actually, get a little closer. Now do it. How's this guy go? Tiog's almost dead.
Yeah.
Which means I'm going to come down here and do this. And you're going to do this on her. Adair, knock this thing down.
Mow it.
Okay, and now I'm going to grab this guy. Doink.
Yes.
Karzig, kill this thing. You give that spell to me as well. Adair finished his ability. Karzig finished his ability. Stop.
What is
Karzig.
it?
Kill this thing.
I'm ready.
Pelagina. Where are you, Pelly? Right there. You're gonna go kill this thing.
Huh?
I'm gonna kill this thing.
Mow it.
Start shooting. Nicely done. I will now move over here and kill this. Adair, you come take this down. Karzig, turn around and face the brigand over there.
Uh-huh.
Everybody over here, go kill this. Everybody over here, go kill this. In fact, I'll make everybody's job easier because he's got pretty full hit points. Ta-da! Where's Tiog? Right there? Meow.
Sure.
Was that who we needed? The Terror of Whitestone Hollow. Destroy the Terror of Whitestone Hollow and recover the... Oh, the Terror. Okay, that was just some dude. I thought that's who I was going for. Camping supplies. Those are pretty nice. Why don't we do this? Now we can have those camping supplies. Okay. The Terror of Whitestone Hollow. That was right. It was a blight type thing like this. Okay.
Huh?
Charm one, will you? And I will do... Can these things be paralyzed? Yes. All right. Adair, go after that one.
Yes.
Karza, go after this one.
I'm ready.
Pelagina, torch that one.
Right
Go
here.
after this one. It's crunch time. Everybody attack. I just told you to attack.
Well,
I don't know what you guys are doing.
Right here.
I just instructed you to attack. You actually I'll change your instructions. Go.
Huh?
Okay, you know what I'm missing? I'm missing Aloth. I was getting accustomed to having him. So I'm going to go back and get Aloth, everybody. We're back in Stalwart, and we have Aloth with us again, and we're going to go down to the Temple of Abaddon because that is where supposedly Mylla has been hanging out. In addition to that, there's some loot down here. Some bodies we forgot to loot at one point in time. Winter wolves. Oh, wow. Who's this? Ista. Villager. Maybe she's inside the temple. We've already kind of established that this game uses language a little bit differently than I do. Around means in.
Oh, come on! Stupid sword!
Okay. What's this? Mylla's drawing. Oh, really?
I'll get it open.
Oh, don't do that.
Finished.
I don't need to be stealing from anybody. Mylla's drawing. What's that tell us then? Little Mylla. Find Mylla. I found one of Mylla's drawings at the temple. It depicts children playing near a cave. I should ask someone who knows Mylla well to see if they know more about this place. Royce is who we need to talk to. Show her the drawing. Do you recognize this place? Mountains and a cave. Lots of those in these parts. Those lines there could be standing stones like the ones at Whitestone Hollow. Is there someplace Mylla likes to run off to? She often takes off to Hammond's Emporium. We know about that. Okay, I think we know where we need to go now. All roads lead to Whitestone Hollow. We have blights to kill here, and we have wild Mylla to find. Oh, but if we want to make this a little bit easier, I don't think we have the thing we need. A Darkest Rauatai cookies. That should help. Provided I don't screw up the dialogue. Oh, look at what we have here. We have many things. What do these guys look like? They are... Damage reduction is a lot less for fire. Aloth, you hear that?
Hi?
He's like, yeah, so? I got delayed blast fireball 3, but I want regular fireballs. Let's do this. Do that right there. my friend. He's going to help you all out. Pelagina kind of go sideways. I will kind of move right here. There you go. All right, now, can I get somebody on my team? A Screecher. You're going to attack this one. In fact, it'd be good for you to kick it over.
Well?
You're going to attack this one. Pelagina, you're going to attack it. Light it up. I would advise you to do Grimoire, and then, what's it say? Gives the caster access up to 3 free, on yourself. Can you, is this not? Yeah, okay. Do I not understand how this spell works? I don't cast it on myself. What about if I cast it there then? Not sure I understand how that spell works, but we're gonna find out. Aloth finishes an ability. Immune to second. Okay, Aloth, I don't really understand what just happened here. Jolting touch. I don't understand the spell. Steals 3 spells of level 3 or minor. Oh, okay. You got to cast that at something. Gives the caster access up to 3 free 3rd or lower level spells from the target's wizard, druid, or priest spell. Okay, it's a leech spell. I got you. Okay. Makes more sense. I got to learn to read the whole description, don't I? Then go for fire. And I will try to do some stealing of stuff for myself. Aloth, you're just such a beast with that. Okay. Let's do this. Durance. Hit him with this. I'm going to take this guy and make him on our team. You guys did a nice job there killing stuff. Aloth, can you give yourself a big pokey stick, please? Wait a minute. Don't do the pokey stick first. Do the pokey stick. No. Do that. Displaced image first.
Ready.
Pelagina, can you move off in this direction and go attack this thing? In fact, just try to nuke it. Karzug, what can you nuke? Attack this thing. I got that guy on our side. That's nice. Okay. Just come stand over there, Durance, and do free stuff. I am going to move in this direction. I'm going to go attack that thing. Pelagina, you're going to go attack this one. You have the stick, the pokey stick, so poke away. Actually, poke that one.
What?
I know. Just shoot your weapon now.
Not too long, but I'm slowly dying.
Okay. Dare attack that thing.
Yes.
Karzug, attack that thing.
Yeah.
I will help you with this one. Aloth is just over here crushing things. Everybody over here, attack this thing. Everybody over here, attack this thing. Cha-ching.
Right.
Aloth has some fun spells. I just like the way they did spells in this game. They give you more spells. They did the smart thing. I want to talk about how smart that they did this in Pillars of Eternity. You have 4 spells memorized in your spell book of level 6. And you can cast any one of these. So it's not like old D&D where you wanted to memorize 2 spells of one kind and then 2 of another. And once you ran out of those first 2, you couldn't use any more of those. If we want to, we can spend all 4 of our spell slots on Chain Lightning, or we can cast this Martial Power, or we can cast this Freezing Pillar. This is the smart way to do wizards, folks. And then in addition, getting masteries that you can cast every single encounter.
Right.
They just did it so smartly. Okay, so here's a cave. Let's go see about Mylla and her wanderlust. Wild Mylla. Well, this doesn't look good at all, does it? It's a lot of blood. What do we have here? And the fox from the farmer did run and leap. Run and leap. Ooh, and what he did to those poor little sheep. Despite the girl singing, the whites around her are strangely calm. They scratch their claws in the dirt, bloodshot eyes half closed, while the girl sings and hums her song. Suddenly she looks up and notices you. She looks around the cave, as if hoping that you're here for someone else. I'm Mylla. These are my friends. She waves an arm towards the whites, and then regards you with some concern. Did you come to play with us? The whites look up at the worry in her voice. Their pupils narrow to pinpricks. Your mother's looking for you. Mylla flinches. Her face scrunches into a defiant little frown. The whites notice the sudden movement and hiss. Big tongue. Mylla's high-pitched voice cries out at the nearest hissing white. Be nice. She turns her attention back to you. I don't want to go back. She yells at me. I just want to play here with my friends. Oh, you like sweets? How about a Raotai cookie? A real Raotai cookie? I've heard of those. Can I really have one? If I give you this cookie, will you go home to your mother? Okay. You can have the cookie. Mylla approaches you and carefully takes the cookie into her tiny hands. Transfixed on the delicacy, she begins nibbling on the edges of it, as if wordlessly shuffles toward the mouth of the cave. The whites begin to follow her out, but as they leave the cave, they are distracted by the sights and sound of animals in the wilderness. When one by one, the whites slink off into the underbrush to hunt. So, that's how you do it. And Karzig made a level. Is there anything in here? Yeah, there is. There's a fine dagger. The one who woke the stars completed, grieving mother. Okay. Nothing else in this cave? Lots of bones. Lots of bones. Used to have a cat, long-haired cat. Very skinny cat. Didn't realize quite how skinny he was until one day we had to give him a bath. And then he was just bones and fur. So that's what I ended up calling him for a long time after that, was just bones and fur. He had no substance to him all. We got to finish the rest of this map, but we're going to do that next episode. And then we'll move on to get the other bounty that we can out on the world map down here. Wooden plains. We got to go there for Pelagina's breastplate. So there's lots to do. Folks, thanks for hanging out with me as usual. If you dig it, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next time. Until then, happy gaming, everyone.